Today I'm going to talk about Canada versus the United States and on the tariffs that our president here put on Canada. It's 25%, as you all know. You heard everything. I've got a few clips I'd like to play for you um, so you fully understand where the president is coming from. But you know, let's just put it this way: all across the bogus outlets here in the United States and over there, and probably across the world, they're saying that Trump is using tariffs to try to infiltrate into Canada and make Canada a part of the United States, which that's just a bad rumor. Donald Trump said it, and he loves to get under people's skin. I don't think he meant anything by it. You know, basically, Canada has really thrown the wool over the United States when it comes to the United States going into Canada and starting businesses, trying to put our stuff into Canada to try to sell it. So Canada pulls a wool over people's eyes and straight up lies to them about the possibilities of business um, getting kicked out of Canada, which ain't even true because we're not even there. We probably, Canada's businesses might buy products from us, very few products, but they do buy products, but it's very few. Okay. I had a good friend of mine that lived in Canada since high school. He's my age. Mom passed away about 2 months ago. He now lives in Texas, taking care of his father and his father's home. And he has told me everything I need to know about Canada. Canada is not a fun place to live. It's very, very, very difficult to buy U.S. goods in Canada. And when you do buy them, the shipping costs, people can't even afford it. They're outrageous. But let's get into the stories. Let's listen to what the news is saying about Donald Trump and the United States.
While. With what happened with Colombia, there is a greater level of anxiety at that table right now. The Prime Minister has said that their intention is to hit back once they know exactly what it is in writing Donald Trump is intending to do, and may do a more robust response. But he's also said that the Canadian government doesn't think this is really about fentanyl. I mean, how do you even know if the fentanyl death is because of fentanyl coming in from the United States? As Katie points out, a lot of the fentanyl made here is consumed here. This is why there are so many deaths here connected to this. And the Prime Minister, I'm told now by multiple people who are listening in on that call, have made the point that they do think this is maybe all about that 51st state sovereignty.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Retaliatory tariffs from Canada. It's also retaliatory tariffs from Canada. As a rider in the order, are you ready to increase the tariffs against Canada? Well, it could happen. If they do anything, we will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. And you know that Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada.
Did you hear that? We subsidize Canada. That means we give Canada about $200 billion a year for their economy, their country, and their people. But yet they do nothing for us in return. Absolutely nothing. You just heard the President of the United States of America say they do absolutely nothing for us. But yet Trudeau is constantly conveying that they do a lot for us. What have they done? I mean, What can they possibly do? We don't need them. They're only good for buying orange juice from us. That's about it. Because Trudeau's saying that they give us plenty of energy. That's oil, okay? But under the Biden administration, they haven't really given up too much oil to us. They've been selling it for huge profits elsewhere around the world, but they won't sell it too much to the United States because they want too much for it. They want to take advantage of the United States on top of what we give them every year. They want to take more from us, but they want to give us nothing in return. You just heard Trump say that they won't even let U.S. banks go in there and bank. We let China's bank come over here. Chase Manhattan, that's a China based company. We let them come in here. We let other gas stations, BP gas station, we let a lot of different countries come into our country and do business. And we let a lot of Canada's businesses come into the country and we trade and do business, but it's Canada doing business in our country. That means they're getting paid by us to do business and sell products here in the United States. So, yeah, it's about time that Canada returns some of the subsidized money that we give them up in the hundreds of billions and start paying their fair share. When Canada, if they need our military, we'll be there. But yet Canada reverses it and says, oh, we help them when they need us, we're there. That's bull. Canada is so minute, they're so tiny. Uh, Canada is a huge country, but the people are half of what the United States is, and their military is a quarter of what the United States is. So they need the United States. Without us, their economy is going to crash. The people that Trudeau is supposed to be hierarchy over and make sure that his people have everything they need to survive and not suffer, it's going to crash. Businesses are going to fold because Trudeau's telling them, don't buy from the United States. Just listen. Let's listen to him say this.
The American tariffs, our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much, much more. And as part of our response, we are considering, with the provinces and territories, several non-tariff measures, including some relating to critical minerals, energy, procurement, and other partnerships. And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket and picking Canadian-made products. It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon, or foregoing Florida orange juice altogether. It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and tourist destinations our great country has to offer.